Nitric acid is a really intense remedy. Everybody knows the symptoms. Very uncomfortable symptoms. Alan writes something, and that's something you might be able to remember well. Swallowing leads to a distorted face, and the patient pulls the head downwards. This is what they do when they swallow. That could be an indication for nitric acid. If you're looking at belladonna from the repertory point of view, you find symptoms that belladonna draws the legs towards the abdomen on swallowing, but nitric acid distorts the face and pulls the head downwards. So, strong swallowing pains, like from a splinter distorting the face, really bad halitosis, and the typical symptom, the cracks, ragades in the corners of the mouth, which you frequently see in later stages of streptococcal infections. Sometimes, only looking back, you get the idea that the patient had been suffering from a streptococcal infection when you look at the symptoms. The bad odor of the urine I have not heard yet in scarlatina infections, but in other cases, of course. And the mood is bad and the pain extends to the ear. Every now and then phosphorus is an indicated remedy. Clark writes about phosphorus that it has extreme debility. The left side is more affected than the right. In phosphorus we also think of bleedings, and that can happen. That blood comes out of the tonsils a bit, but I've only seen that twice. Just a short while ago I had an infant that got infected by its sister, and it had bleeding in the mouth and very strong extended veins in the mouth, and I gave phosphorus 200C, and the whole symptomatology was gone within 1 hour. In phosphorus cases you also see epistaxis in people with tonsillitis. Phosphorus can also have swellings of the uvula, of the tonsils, also around the eyes. So if you think of apis, you could also think of phosphorus. And you have the great thirst for cold water. Great debility, as Clark said, and of course kidney symptoms possible, especially if the urine is bloody, either microhematuria or macrohematuria.
Vitiligo. It's a frequent remedy in tonsillitis. It's more sort of darkish red. Vitiligo is like belladonna, a right-sided remedy. It's worse from warm drinks. And has a sort of rough rash, rough and Ross toxicodone himself for apis also. Sleeplessness and scarlatina is a symptom. They can't go to sleep, for example, in a streptococcal infection that could point towards vitiligo. Older children could say they have got a sensation of heat. Pharynx is hot, also a runny nose, coryza, and vitiligo is also one of the remedy in the rubrics where we are dealing with rheumatic illnesses after scarlatina.